Who thought we'd be fighting at a Gothic cathedral? And yet here we are at Cambrian Hall. And watching this live with me is Johnny Nelson.
Looking forward to this one, Todd.
It's time. Vasily King Rai, Ryan Garcia. They also call him Flash. Fighting out of Los Angeles, California. Some of the fastest hands in all of boxing.
Just take note, Todd. Check out the reach. Check it out.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, presenting the two-time Olympic gold medalist from Ukraine, a tremendous 3-division champion of the world, Vasily Lomachenko. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Victorville, California, here is the exciting boxing sensation, King Rai, Ryan Garcia.
We've waited a long time for this fight. It's here, and the fighters are good to go.
What a venue, what a fight, what action.
So a capacity crowd here for this one. We've been waiting a long time for this matchup. Here we go.
Good luck.
We have high hopes and aspirations for this fight. Missing with the hook. Swinging big and missing big with that hook. Those counter punches have to hurt. What a pleasure to be in this unique environment. Every seat has been taken for tonight's match.
Did you see the nerves on a fighter stepping into the ring, Tom? It can tell you so much about a fighter. And the look in the opposite corner. You've got one fighter that is in heaven. This is where they want to be.
Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Puller right there. Oh, and there's no way they're getting up from that. It is a clean knockout. And as we see it again, there's no way to get up when you get clipped with a shot like that. You heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. A knockout victory and one of the biggest surprises of the year.
Well, there's no argument right there. You say it. Night-night.
one, number one, there ain't room for two. There ain't no room. I am the one. Top two, but not number two. There ain't no room. Boom. Came in, cleaned up without a broom. There ain't no room. Still here, still not been moved. I got points to prove. There ain't no room. Straight in, more pain, so more gaining. Yeah, I came in, guns blazing. At Raven, you get weighed in. Been training, sick of waiting. Some failing, not plain sailing. Entertaining, check the ratings. Let me out, I don't wanna be.
We've heard of sleeping with the fishes. We're about to fight with the fishes here at the Atlantis. Next to me is Johnny Nelson.
Todd, always a pleasure to work with you. Always a pleasure.
It's time for... It's King Rye, Ryan Garcia, one of the brightest stars in all of boxing. This Southern California native is must-see TV. Vasily Lomachenko, one of the most technically skilled fighters in all of boxing.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner from Victorville, California, here is the exciting boxing sensation, King Rye, Ryan Garcia. Fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the 2-time Olympic gold medalist from Ukraine, a tremendous 3-division champion of the world, Vasily Lomachenko.
So much hype surrounding this big matchup. Can't wait to see what goes down when the opening bell rings.
I'm so giddy, so excited. The anticipation is second to none. Let's get it on.
No doubt about it. This was the hottest ticket in town by a country mile. Every seat has been sold. These two fighters promised us an offensive show. Let's see if they deliver. Right hook is scoring. That right hook won't score. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Punch, counter punch. You don't want to trade shots. What a pleasure it is to be here in this environment. What a venue for this showdown.
You have certain fighters that are born for this, that are made for the big crowd. And looking that corner right there, that is that fighter right there. They have elevated, lifted, it's like they're not touching the ground. This is what they were born for.
And he scores with the counter. One punch could change everything in this battle. Both men step back for just a moment. You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. What heart, what desire, but at what cost? This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Garcia in that last round. You know that bell was sweet music. Here we go for round 2. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
There's a counter shot. A counter fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter puncher smart.
Unlucky to miss with that jab. This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. That uppercut does not score. A perfect counter shot. Nice defense there to stop the right hook. You'd like to see more jabs. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Started out Garcia in that last round. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
Wow, you know what, I've been in fights like that.
On to the third. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Punch and just got countered. Swing and a miss for that jab. His stamina is off the charts. Nice counter. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
And just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. Well done with that counter shot. They threw the hook, it didn't land. Big hook doesn't land. Nice counter punch right up the middle. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Started out Garcia in that last round. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round. There's the bell for round 4. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Catch and shoot. Shot. I want to think of holding on here for a minute. When are we going to see a jab from these two? These two were made for each other. Beautiful counter shot. punch caught him clean. Well, you know with featherweights, I want to see that again, but from a different angle.
You're right, Tom. What a shot. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, they're back up on their... Talk about Loma in that last round. They say no one knows a fight.
Great round. Now relax.
Time for the 5th round. Is this the beginning of the end after 2?
Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
Stamina is off the charts. Let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
A lot of effort being exerted here. That uppercut can't get through. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself down trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. Those counter punches have to hurt. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Garcia in that last round. There's the bell to start round 6. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
Big shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. Nice counter shot. This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
Careful not to punch himself out. Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. Stamina is so important for these two fighters because it allows them to use their skills throughout the match. It can all come down to who's in better shape.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Garcia in that last round. We'll see how much endurance these two fighters have.
You cannot gas that.
Here comes round 7. They let it all hang out in the last round. What do they got left?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
And he misses with that straight left. The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? Good counter punching. It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
Straight right just misses. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Garcia in that last round. How much cardio was put in for this fight? It may come down to that.
There's a lot on the line here.
There's the bell to start round 8. Let's see how much recovery they saw there in the last minute.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
The straight right just misses. Beautiful counter punch. Nope, that uppercut does not score. Wondered how good his chin was, but no one's chin standing up to that shot.
I need to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Come to me.
So this was an unexpected turn of events. What happens next?
What resilience to be down.
Need to pick things up here in the second half of the round.
Not the best start, but you know what? The cornermen, now it's down for them doing their job. Get through the round, regroup, right, freshen up, boom. Different tactics.
Misses with that uppercut. In this replay, you can see it. That body punch folded him like a lawn chair.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
Clearly, his opponent was too much for him, and he's thrown in the towel. So there you have it. It is official now, and that is not the way anyone wanted this fight to end.
keep striving until my lungs can't breathe. They're all tired, I don't know about fatigue. Got my bros back if we come under siege. Got my dogs with me, I ain't carrying a leash. Thank the Lord for my freedom of speech, cause I say what I like and I do what I please. Brothers think I didn't train for this my whole life. Tried to tell them it didn't come with ease. They must have thought that I didn't put in graft. Stayed fully focused and stuck to the task. When it paid off, I was like at last. Them other brothers can kiss my ass. And I promise you that I wouldn't want to be ya. Them man ain't got this energy.
We are live at Balcour Bay on a beautiful afternoon. A great day for boxing. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
About time, too.
It's time for our tale of Sugar Ray Leonard, an undisputed welterweight champion, and he won world titles in 5. Terrence Bud Crawford, the undisputed lightweight champion of the world. He also can crack at welterweight, one of the best to ever do it.
This is going to be an intense stare-off before the fight starts.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Palmer Park, Maryland, a legend of the sport, the 5-division champion of the world, Sugar Ray Leonard. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Omaha, Nebraska, here is an acclaimed 3-division champion of the world, Terrence Bud Crawford.
Usually you don't need a weather report for a boxing match, but we certainly do today as we fight under the sun.
Todd, I'm going to stay here till the end of the night, because if you're a fight fan like me, this is what I live for.
Welcome to the very mysterious theatrical venue that is Cambrian Hall. Alongside me, Johnny Nelson.
I feel like a fraud. How have I got these ringside seats?
Time for our tale of the tape. It's the incomparable Roy Jones Jr., 78.9 kilos, 180 centimeters tall, with a reach of 188. And he'll be facing Roy Jones Jr., weighing in at 78.9 kilos. He's 180 centimeters tall with a reach of 188.
We'll be talking about this fight for years to come. This is one of those classic fights that everybody wants to see.
It's Roy Jones Jr. He won world titles at 4 different weight classes, including the heavyweight championship of the world. Roy Jones Jr., one of the greatest of all time, Pensacola's finest, an undisputed champion at 4 different weight classes.
You can hardly hear yourself speak. The fans are going mad for this.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner from Pensacola, Florida, here is a middleweight, a super middleweight, a light heavyweight, and a heavyweight champion of the world, Roy Jones Jr. Fighting out of the blue corner from Pensacola, Florida, here is a middleweight, a super middleweight, a light heavyweight, and a heavyweight champion of the world, Roy Jones Jr.
So much hype surrounding this big matchup. Can't wait to see what goes down when the opening bell rings.
This is the night. Everybody's looking forward to this night. The heat, the atmosphere, you could put it in there.
What a great venue and what a great matchup. Cannot wait for this one. The time has finally arrived. These 2 men have been jawing at each other for months. The talking is finally over. Now it's time to fight. And he misses with that jab. This fight has a real good flow to it. Jab doesn't quite connect. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Catch and shoot. You can really feel the buzz in the air tonight. So much hype here in this arena.
You have some fighters that are big show, big arena fighters, and they bask in this, they love this, they are born for this. You have other fighters where this would be like the rabbit in the headlights.
This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
The straight right just misses. To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. The straight right just misses. Good counter punch. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Nice counter shot. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout.
Wow, it's like 2 different.
Here we go, round 2. Who's going to land the first big shot? So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
When you're fighting a counterpuncher, you want to bait them in to throw first. Make them think you're going to throw a punch so that they exchange.
Counterpuncher's my favorite kind of fighter. A good counterpuncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
Nice counter shot. Good idea, but misses with the left hook. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Nope, that jab not going to score. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Nope, that hook won't score. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. He is down big time on the scores.
The bell's...
There's the bell to start round 3. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
They exchange punches. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. A lot of effort being exerted here. Perfect counter shot. They figure out the combination to this safe.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be...
Whoa, Johnny! Can you believe it? Roy Jones Jr. is on the back foot now. Somehow weathered the storm.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again.
Oh, my God, Johnny! Roy Jones Jr. in trouble. It appears that the moment of trouble has passed, at least for now.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do you do? What do they tell him when he goes back to it?
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the score. On to the 4th we go. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Punch, counter punch. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Give us a second to catch our breath. The straight right just misses. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything When you let those shots go, and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Beautiful counterpunch. The straight right just misses. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
Every second, every minute of this fight is...
On to the fifth we go. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart, because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Punch caught him clean. These two fighters are made for one another. This fighter is not interested in throwing one shot at a time. They throw combinations and they throw them non-stop.
So you're getting in there with somebody that's so fast, you're prepared to take a licking, because you've got to get some before you get in close.
Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
A swing and a miss with the left hook. Good counter punching. How about that time counter shot? Stamina is off the charts. Incredible work rate. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
Wow, you know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, bell, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen.
On to the sixth round. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
I think it's safe to say one of these fighters certainly has a significant speed advantage. You can tell who it is.
Some fighters are just gifted with such hand speed, footwork, movement. They are gifted. They are the chosen few.
His stamina is off the charts. I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Nice punch. And he scores with the counter. The work rate is down down. The head isn't moving as well, Johnny. Fatigue is starting to set in.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. The old phrase, this might come down to who wants it more, but it might come down to who's in better shape.
That's when you talk about championship.
Here we go, it's round 7. How much is left in their tank after last round?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
They better start respecting each other's punching power. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Swing and a miss with the hook. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Roy Jones Jr., believe it or not, may want to take a knee here. Pensacola's finest is down. Dramatic in slow motion.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
So it's onward and upward after a knockout win here.
Oh, what a shot. What a shot. You see shots like that in the gym. At least for once, this is on TV. Thousands around the world saw that shot. They probably even heard it.
Welcome to the wonder that is the Atlantis venue. It doesn't get any more unique than this. Alongside me, English fighting legend Johnny Nelson.
You tried to give me the slip, didn't you, my friend? There was no way I was going to miss.
Introducing first, Irish Mickey Ward. Terrence Bud Crawford, one of the pound-for-pound best in the world. Fighting out of Nebraska, USA, one of the greatest of all time.
The reach, how on earth are they going to get through that jab?
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Lowell, Massachusetts, here is the exciting junior welterweight world title challenger, Irish Mickey Ward. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Omaha, Nebraska, here is the acclaimed 3-division world champion and 2-division undisputed champion of the world, Terrence Bud Crawford.
And this one has all of those big fight feels you want from a prize fight. Here we go.
Words are cheap. It's the action that says it all. We'll find out when the first bell goes.
Thousands of fans here in attendance tonight, but when the bell rings, there will only be 2 that we're talking about. And we're off and running between these 2 really accomplished fighters. Let's see how they come out. Jab to the body. Neither fighter willing to slow down. The courage on display here is incredible. Really good buzz in the air tonight. This crowd waiting for something special.
You can walk into an arena and be the hero. The pressure, the expectation, the desire from the fans. You can't get away from it. Ignore them. Lock it up. I know it's hard. I can hardly hear you, Tom. You've got to ignore them. Get on with your job.
How about that time counter shot? A real good back and forth between these 2 fighters.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Caution being thrown to the wind. Nice slip to avoid the jab. Punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Good counter punching. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Ward in that last round. And a round that seemed like... We've just taken a big breath, and here we go again. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to go out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Fighter doesn't just want to win by knockout. They want to do it early so they can get out of here.
If you get in with a slugger, they want to work at their own pace. Use speed, frustrate them, take them out of their comfort zone, make them tired, trip over their own feet, get them angry.
The straight right just misses. Nice counter shot. couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. This counterpuncher is going to wait for you to move first and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
They have got great ring IQ. Counterpunches are the best.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Warden that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
I seriously hope the judges kept that.
There's the bell to start round 3. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
It's all offense all the time. Catch and shoot. Nobody home with that hook. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. That right hook's blocked. Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Looking to land the hook. We wanted action, and they are giving us action. That left-handed jab doesn't quite score. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Can you believe this? Bud Crawford just got knocked down. As you can see, it was a hit to the head that did it. Let's watch it again.
That's lights out right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You still want to fight.
Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
What a knockdown. 1 minute. You need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with it.
Here we go with the lightweights. Get ready to see some blazing hand speed and fancy footwork.
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a terror. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
Straight right just misses. You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. The straight right just misses. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Warden that last round. On to the fifth we go. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
The straight right just misses. When you watch right weights, you expect high-level footwork. Let's see that again.
I've got to see that again.
In these situations before, but can he find his way out this time? Beautiful counter shot. 10 seconds to go, and what domination we've seen in this round. Let's talk about Warden that last round. On to the sixth round. They've got to be feeling confident now after what happened last round.
2 knockdowns in that last round. There'll be sheer panic in that corner. What do? Do they throw the towel in? Do they let him come back out again? Because they know their fighter is like a lamb to the slaughter.
Well, you know, in this division, you got to have speed and you got to have footwork, or you're going to be a cooked goose.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Nope, that jab not going to score. The cut doesn't look that bad, but they're going to take a look at it anyway. So the referee took a look and decides, let's keep going. Both men step back for just a moment. They threw the hook. It didn't land. That jab won't score. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Warden that last round. Round 7. Here we go. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
This fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close rounds.
By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. The stamina is off the charts. These two are the perfect dance partners.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
The straight right just misses. Find a home with that jab. The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Warding that last round. What would you tell this guy? He's got to do something different. And we enter the 8th round. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong, because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
This is a high-octane battle. You'd like to see more jabs. A very competitive round here so far.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Punch, counter punch. Misses with the jab. Talk about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed.
When you have a fight that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
Those counter punches have to hurt. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Pretty lopsided decision there, a unanimous one.
This is the last thing we expected. What a fight, what a style, what a pace to get a unanimous decision. That is mad. I didn't see that coming. I thought this would be tight. This is nowhere near tight.